Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Throne Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only King freaking Kansas, still ticking, still alive, still breathing, even though it's barely. Anyways, guys, it's a amazing Saturday morning, April 5th. I can't believe we're already in April. Time's flying quickly. King is getting older, his beard's getting grayer. Does it mean the King's getting wiser? I don't know, but either way, I don't think so. At my age, if you're not smart and wise by now, you're never going to be. But in my particular case, I am. That's why I sit on the throne and bring you entertainment and TV news in the world of entertainment. And you know what? It's my personal opinion. You guys know the drill by now. I'll bring you whatever I think is newsworthy that you need to know about. And like I said, there'll be a whole bunch of other stuff that's not covered by me or whatever that doesn't interest me but may interest you. Either way, go in the little comment section below, tell the King about it, and if I feel like commenting and give you my official opinion on the topic, I will. If not, you join in and give your official opinions on the topics that we cover in the podcast. Admiral's not here, so I don't want you guys to start crying. Poor man's busy. He does have a life. Not like some of us. Well, he does. Trust me, everybody has, even if you're here with me. We appreciate it either way. Don't worry, he will appear soon. I promise you that. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out in May, guaranteed. Big blockbuster movies that he wants to cover and be here for. And, of course, he probably want to be here for the Daredevil as well, Reborn finale. Because we're almost there. We're only 2 episodes away with that. Hot topics, guys, as you guys can see the thumbnail. This is going to be more covering CinemaCon 2025 and the events that came out of it or the news that I can bring your way that you got to know about it, or it's, newsworthy in the King's opinion. The only hot topics that I can probably talk about, maybe if I want to mention quickly, is there was a couple of new trailers came from this whole event. The one that I know that in particular you guys have to check out, which I managed to check out, was the trailer to the new Naked Gun remake starring Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson. Guys, they nailed it. The way they captured the old film and the way they introduced us to his character and whatever, him being a junior and whatever, and having them in the background, even with the O.J. Simpson joke and stuff like that, it captures what we all love near and dear to our hearts with the late Leslie Nielsen. He made those movies famous back in the early 2000s, and I wouldn't even say late 1990s or something. Because, there's 2-3 of them that he has. If you haven't seen them, go check them out for yourselves. I was always worried nowadays because everybody's a little too sensitive with some of the jokes. There might be a little racy, out of context, and all this fun stuff that people might not take you to it. How are they going to end up revisiting something that was like that and kind of bringing it now? They did so, and they did it in a way that I guess it'll offend people, trust me, because people are too sensitive now. But they did it in a way that's fun. Pardon me, guys. You might get the odd here and there cough because, King has to breathe. Whatever. Anyways, but I love what I saw. It's funny. Pamela Anderson is great in it. There's one scene that he's going up to get something above, and you have Leslie Nielsen's picture there kind of looking up, and he reaches up for something, and then someone says, "Oh, nice beaver." Meanwhile, he brings down an actual beaver. So, it's stuff like that, or vice versa, the other way around, whatever, man. Either way, it was funny. If you guys like slapstick comedy like that, let's see how this is going to turn out. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be big, because, like I said, people are a little bit funny when it comes to comedy nowadays. Anyways, that's pretty much it on the hot topics. I want to jump in quickly into some of the reviews that the King watched, TV related. So, warning, spoiler alert. I did a Daredevil episode 7 review earlier on the channel. So if you guys want a full review on that, go check it out there. But episode 7 delivered on many fronts. The fight scene between Muse and Daredevil was one of the highlights for the King. It was just happened very quickly and very short. We just kind of technically got introduced to Muse maybe an episode or 2 ago. And now it's all done. He's dead. He got killed with their fights there. The shrink that supposedly he had connections with, he's the kid that went up to her when she was doing some book signings or something that I need a one-on-one session. She agreed to it. He finally showed up, and we kind of reveals through his tragic story why he became whoever and how he attained his fighting skills. And he's kind of like obsessed, and he has her to thank, and she kind of like doesn't like her rejection of the whole kind of situation. Can read bad vibes from her. So he attacks her. Matt finds out, he goes back to his lair, and kind of through feeling pictures and stuff that he's actually drawn pictures or he's infatuated with his girlfriend. That leads them there, and he ends up fighting. That was the big highlight for me. Quickly, and of course the Kingpin swoops right in because he's trying to do a process of elimination. Was he back in the suit or was he not back in the suit? So he does so. He figures that out. Yes, it's kind of confirmed to him unintentionally that he was back in the suit, and that's what he did. So he has his task force take the credit for it and kind of eliminate, the vigilante. It was a superhero this time, whatever, so he can, level up on the Daredevil himself and, of course, the whole scenario. Power, guys, power. And then you had Vanessa, who we don't know 100%, but I think she won't backstab Fisk there. She goes with that guy who was trying to rip off all the other mobsters that, last episode you had to pay like $2.8 million instead of $1 because he confronted the Kingpin and whatever. So I don't know if he got set up or not. She ends up sending him a text message to give his location. This is like literally the last 3 minutes of the show or episode. Goes to a restaurant where he's eating alone, and he goes in there ready to shoot him, to kill him. But before he does that, you have the Kingpin's assistant coming out of the showers, and bang, bang. Takes him out, boom, and then he literally didn't even flinch. He continued to eat his meal, and then he goes, why don't you call Vanessa and see if she wants anything takeout or something like that so you can bring home to her. And that's where it ended. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? But anyways, that was episode 7. Liked it. It's getting serious. We only have 2 more episodes, I just want them to nail it. You guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought. Did you like episode 7? Did you like it better than episode 6? Either way, tell the king in the comment section below. Okay, the other one that I wanted to talk about, because I haven't talked about it since, oh my god, 3-4 weeks ago. This new little spin-off series called Suits LA starring Stephen Amell. Guys, I've been watching it, and I haven't been doing too much reviews on it and all that fun stuff. But I will be covering I'll be doing separate reviews and separate videos for the last 2 episodes, episodes 9 and the finale. There's only 10 episodes of the season, which I was kind of surprised, but you know what? Good enough. Well, anyways, I watched episode number 6, I believe. So if you guys have been watching it like I have, he's been taking on, well, he's like a sports agent or whatever you want to call it. And he decided because of what happened with half his team leaving, going somewhere else to another firm and being bought out and kicked out of the group or whatever, he kind of starts to reform, and he's recruiting all these people, and there's like madness going on. There's this client that he's representing who's like a movie director that may or may not have killed his partner, because he found out he was not only stealing money from him and the studios that they both worked for, but he was also cheating with his wife. So through investigation and all that fun stuff, we do find out the truth. His buddy, I forgot what his name is, pardon me, and I apologize, ends up getting to the bottom of it. He finds out that he's been lying, that he actually did have something to do with his murder. He actually did kill him. There's some sort of struggle, self-defense, and all that stuff. And for court drama and something that I never had completely no interest in, because I didn't even watch the original with Meghan Markle and all the amazing actors, apparently, Suits LA, which I'll probably go back and watch it because there's only, I don't know how many seasons and how many episodes, and I heard that it's better than this. It ends up in his favor. It didn't look like it was going good because the attorney that was against him, who was gonna, wants to throw the book at him, really is dirty. Like, when I mean dirty, like pulling out all the tricks in the book, and they finally got the one up on her by playing this whole tape thing at the end. Ends up saving the guy. He gets off the hook, and that's how it pretty much ends. You got him that he had kind of like previous history to where his buddy left to go, I guess, partner with. That's his ex, because they do a lot of flashback and flash forward, guys, kind of thing. Meaning, like how they did in Arrow. Stephen Amell's character and the lawyer who owns the other firm where pretty much everybody is now. They had a relationship and things went back because he didn't want to let things go. He chose pretty much the case over her. Kind of like comes in near the end and like I got a little teary-eyed a little bit there. He finally said he's sorry for what he should have picked her and all that crap, and kind of made up with other people too and all that stuff. And like I said, it's very interesting show. I didn't think I would ever like it, but I'm intrigued. I can't wait to cover the remainder of the series. Like I said, I might talk about it in these videos on the podcast on the weekend up to episode 9 and 10, and then I'll cover there. But either way, check it out for yourselves. Stephen Amell does a damn pretty good job in it. And like I said, I went in blind. I didn't watch the other ones. Maybe that's why I'm enjoying it a little bit more. I want to know exactly, you Suits fans, how'd you like the series? Does it live up? Did you like it better after the first couple episodes? Because a lot of people were like not too thrilled with the pilot episode or the first 2 episodes, but then it kind of picked up and it got me interested. And I'm not, like I told you, the in-court drama, whatever the hell stuff going on kind of person, but I enjoyed it. So that's my official Suits LA episode number 6 review. So go in the comment section and let me know. Okay, now let's get into the main reason or the main topic of why we are here today. It's here for me to bring you guys, I guess, coverage, news that came out of CinemaCon 2025. It's basically, guys, it's a show that all the studios put on for all these cinema owners or theater owners and all that stuff, so they can kind of say, listen, this is what we're bringing out. Play our movies in your theater. So they're pretty much selling them on, and this is what you're going to get. Work with us kind of thing, an event. Okay? It's only for limited people. It's not a Comic-Con that everybody can go and see, but it's a place that you can check out, you know, behind the scenes stuff, extended footage, you name it, the works. And the way I'm going to do this, guys, just so it can be a little bit easier, I took notes, so if you hear the paper rattling and stuff, too bad. But I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I came across, and I'm not going to go through every single thing, guys. If you want, go watch the footage or whatever the people post on YouTube and all that stuff. King doesn't have time. I just want to bring a basic, underlying, simple, kind of like point form of the news that came out that you guys might be interested, and that's good for you guys to know. Okay, the first studio I'm going to tackle is Sony Pictures. There's only 2 real things that came out of Sony Pictures, in my personal opinion, that you guys need to know at home, is that there was a 28 years later movie like segment that they kind of like talked about, and they showed some footage. Everybody that was there apparently loves it. They loved what they were seeing. They loved where the story was heading. And I don't know. I watched the 28 Days Later, like the apocalypse zombie kind of thing with Cillian Murphy in the lead role in that one. And apparently this continues 28 years later. And I was always wondering how the hell they're going to make it work and if it's going to be any good. And apparently from the reactions that they got from the crowd there, they loved it. And from what they saw, you know, I don't know. I just want to see a trailer to judge myself. But it's not my cup of tea. But that's one of the big things. If you're a 28 Days Later or whatever fan, you'll be happy to hear that it's pretty good. The other one, of course, is MCU news. Spider-Man 4 finally got its official title. Brand New Day. And no, it's not based probably on the comic book thing that everybody apparently loves or hates so badly. I could care less. I never read that. But I think that's when he splits up with Mary Jane. I don't know if that's going to be true. Like I said with Marvel, like we got Civil War. It wasn't a Civil War from the comics. They got elements loosely based, and they kind of did their own thing. Did I care about the title? Nah. Like I said, I never liked the MCU Spider-Man title names. I think they're kind of cheesy and a little bit on the lame side. But Brand New Day, they're getting away from the homecoming or home this or whatever the hell. You know, the home in it. So, you know, am I interested? Yes, because, you know, with all the casting news that's going on and all that fun stuff, I can't wait to see what we're going to get. I know they're going to probably start filming in July. It's going to come out next year. I just wanted to be good. I just wanted to be a good, coherent story that blends into, you know, Avengers, Doomsday, and whatever the hell else they're planning. You know? I don't know. it looks interesting. Sadie Sink involved, a whole bunch of others. I just want him to do it well. I don't know who the villain's going to be and stuff, but it's an okay name. I'm not too thrilled. You guys let me know in the comment section. Okay, so that was pretty much the Sony Picture stuff that I thought was newsworthy to bring your way. Okay, Lionsgate, the ballerina. They showed a nice fight scene with her at the beginning, fighting or being attacked in some sort of area, and it is violent as hell. It's realistic. It's believable. It 100% fits in with the John Wick universe, which I wanted to hear, because they're explaining how it's related to John Wick and why we see John Wick in the movie. Apparently, it's before John Wick, or John Wick goes to see who he has to see to deal with his situation, and then this is like slightly before and then maybe after again kind of thing. So because we're wondering, is John Wick fighting her? Like that's the big standoff or whatever? Apparently it's not, but what they shown delivered, and I'm happy to hear that it's that damn good and the fight scenes are believable, because she's a small little thing, but she does so much damage, and she uses her, I guess, stature and her whatever to kind of like as an advantage to take out these big guys, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be monsters that she's going to have to fight, and you're like, come on, that she's her size, something a little small is going to take out. Nah. So I'm glad that it's realistic in that sense, that you know, she's small, she's going to feel a little pain, but she's also going to dish it all out, and you're going to believe it. I want it to be believable. So that was the whole Lionsgate thing that I would want to mention to you. There's a whole bunch of other ones, trust me guys, but that's what I want to say. Okay, Warner Brothers I'm going to leave last because that's the thumbnail with Superman. I'm going to skip that. Universal, Amazon, okay. There's a new project, I guess, starring Ryan Gosling. It gives you kind of like The Martian with Matt Damon vibes. Apparently it's the same guy who wrote the book of series that they took the movie on. It's called Hail Mary, and apparently they showed footage to that, and people went bonkers. It, you know, like a couple of guys who I watch on YouTube, particular one, he's happy to see that it's a faithful interpretation on screen of it. And like I said, from what I gathered, from what I read and I saw online, is Ryan Gosling's like a scientist. They confront him. They want him to go to space because they're trying to figure out why their sun looks like it's dying or something. And there's a whole bunch of other ones that are dying, but there's one particular that's not being affected. So he's been sent to investigate, get answers, and then shit hits the fan. You know, and it's not a spoiler. And apparently he comes across a spaceship, and that's where the fun begins. And I'm like, are you serious? But like I said, anything that resembles The Martian, in my opinion, I'm going to watch. And Ryan Gosling, good old Canadian kid, you know, from, I think he's from Toronto or BC, one of those two. Either way, he's Canadian. Anyways, that excited me, and I had to mention it to you guys. We also got more footage of the Jurassic World Rebirth starring Scarlett Johansson in it. And, oh my God. All I got from that, which I was kind of happy to hear, is that they're going back to the basics. They're adding horror elements back into the film, like the first one. You know, when the dinosaurs creeping up around them and attacking them and you're running for your life? More of those scenes, more actions that we loved for the first two movies anyways, and it kind of went away from that. It was more spectacle. Look at this dinosaur. It's bigger than the T-Rex. Look at this. This is bigger than the one that was bigger than the T-Rex. Like things like that. So I'm kind of glad. And apparently they were happy with the footage. A lot of people were cheering. It looks good. I'm definitely going to see that. Anything with dinosaurs and people getting killed, the king will be there. Went for the first Jurassic Park in the theater with my buddy Tej. I'm going to this damn thing. No matter what, you probably have to drag my dead body after a raptor eats me or something like that. Anyways, glad to see it. Another one that was happy to hear that delivered was The Accountant 2. Apparently Ben Affleck and John Barenthal are both back for the sequel. They showed an extended footage of the trailer with a couple of clips. There's apparently a square dance scene that they're dancing, and there's a nice kick-butt fight. Movie magic again between the two. There's apparently good chemistry, a lot of laughs, a lot of action, a lot of people getting killed in mysterious ways. My kind of film, violent, action-filled, but purpose. That's what I want. I don't want people just to get killed. Just no. There's a reason behind it. And to see, what do you call it, Ben Affleck with the kind of, like he's on the autistic spectrum, to deal with real life situations like that. And now add another factor like his kind of like hot-headed brother, who might not think of the same level because he's more methodical and he has to have everything in line, to his brother to just wreck shop, drives him crazy. And they have to solve some sort of mystery. Someone gets killed at the beginning that they're trying to figure out. I think it was the cop that kind of helped him out and was investigating to kind of let him go kind of thing, which it looks phenomenal. I can't wait to see this. So many years, 9 years in the making, like, man. But either way, I can't wait to watch The Punisher and Daredevil on screen taking out people. I can't wait to see that. And then, of course, the last thing I have to mention is there is, I guess, set photos or behind-the-scenes footage of the new He-Man Masters of the Universe film that's coming out. And what people saw, everybody can be, can relax now, which I'm glad to hear. They showed kind of like costume designs and sketches of what the actors will be wearing into this film. Even Jared Leto's Skeletor looks like Skeletor. Idris Elba, Man-at-Arms, looks like him. The guy who's playing He-Man looks like He-Man. The sword, I'm telling you, the power sword, everything looks legit. And it looks like Mr. Kubo and the Two Strings, Travis Knight, is keeping his word that he's going to be delivered. It's going to be faithful. And it's going to be an amazing interpretation. I just want this thing to be good, because a lot of these things look cheesy when they're trying to like copy the original. But if they can do it and tweak it to the point that it looks like something that's happened now, you're sold. That's what we wanted with Transformers, which we kind of got with the beginning of Bumblebee. If we got that, the whole entire thing, sold, But anyways, things like that just gives me peace of mind that we're going to be getting a kick butt, hopefully, movie based on what we saw. Because for me, I'm a visual person. If it doesn't look pleasing to me first, I don't want to watch it. So if it's going to grab eyeballs for people to watch, and then 2 is the story. Don't make it lame. Make it make sense. Don't be lazy. Do something. And then 3 are obviously the actors. The actors, I want them to buy in. Because if you don't buy them doing their particular roles in a film, it's going to take you out of it. And I won't be in it. I'll be like, they don't even believe it. Why the hell should I believe it and waste my, 2-3 hours watching this thing when they don't even believe it themselves? So anyways, that's what you can take from the Universal Amazon segment of news. The next one I'm going to go into, from what I look like, is the Disney Paramount. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's start with Paramount. We got, of course, Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, Tom Cruise stuff. From what I gather, he came out there to give McQuarrie, who's directing the film, his flowers, that you guys use for term flowers, his props, his, acknowledgement, as Roman Reigns would say, the tribal chief, wrestling reference guys, and discuss, a few little bit things they showed. They didn't show a lot, They showed some footage, but they didn't want to go beyond what they showed us already, because the more you show, the more you ruin. But Tom Cruise was there, first time ever. He showed up. My buddy Tom Cruise, good for you, showed up, and they showed a couple, footages there and stuff like that. It's on track, looks damn good. Apparently, it looks better than the last one, which I'm glad, because I want Tom Cruise and this franchise to go with a bang, because eventually they're going to restart the damn thing. But either way, I'm happy to hear that. The other thing is, apparently there's Josh Brolin and Glenn Powell. They're doing the remake of The Running Man, which, if you've seen that thing with Richard Dawson from Family Feud back in the day, in the 80s, was the host of Family Feud, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, apparently it doesn't resemble anything of it. We got that, because that was more accustomed or stylized to Arnold Schwarzenegger's, action, shoot 'em up, whatever the hell. This is more faithfully based on the novel that's written by. Apparently it looks good. I haven't heard of it. I haven't read it. I had no interest of watching this thing, but based on what a lot of people's reactions, their little chatter here and there online, I might be interested in watching it. But it looks like it's more faithful. That's coming out apparently in November. The other one that I have to mention is Tron Legacy. That's from Disney. We're going to get into that. Not Tron Legacy, the sequel to it, Tron Ares. Apparently they were showing some footage, some trailers. Because if you guys watch the other stuff, I never watched the original. I'm looking at it and go, this is not my cup of tea. I ain't watching this crap. Sorry, my personal thing. Then I watched Tron Legacy, which was okay. With I'm watching it, and I'm like, with bridges and whatever. I'm like, okay, I can see where they're taking this thing. Okay, cool bikes that lit up here and there. Like, it wasn't my cup of tea. And then, of course, there's Tron Ares with Jared Leto's in it, and what's his name? Things back in it too, Bridges. And apparently it looks pretty good. They showed a trailer, an 8-minute trailer or a 4-minute trailer for the first one ever. And apparently people liked it. And I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. They're in the real world, and apparently they're taking over. And Jared Leto's character, from what I gather, comes back to this. He's on a mission to, I guess, clean up the mess, if you want to say that. And that's what that is. And that's all I got from that level. Now, let's go to the Disney stuff. Of course, Thunderbolts. They showed some extended scenes and trailers and stuff like that. Same old, the stuff we got. It looks amazing. We got more of the banter between the characters, more action scene. There's a scene that I guess they break into a building where it was the old Tony Stark building, towers, whatever. That Condoleezza's up there. I want to say that's her name. Maria Dreyfus. Can't even remember. Julia Dreyfus from Seinfeld. She's like the guy who's in charge. So apparently they found out that she's been setting these two, the team up to fight and kill each other, figure it out, and they end up going in to go after it. But then before they can actually get their hands on it, after the big huge fight scene, all we see is, I guess, is it footsteps that walk down the stairs, and it's the first kind of glimpse or not glimpse of what we get Sentry. He is Marvel's Superman, which I haven't, it's not a big deal to me in the comic books. Never followed it, heard of him, whatever, great. But from what they were showing in the footage, it looks phenomenal. I can't wait to see Florence Pugh and her banter with David Harbour's character, Red Guardian, plus Sebastian Stan's Winter Soldier. Like, there's so many possibilities. I want to see it. I want to see if Sentry is going to actually not be like another Warlock that, great, he's thing, but he has no personality. Strong, he doesn't have personality, and it's kind of falls flat. But this is one of my anticipated films more than the Fantastic Four. Speaking about Fantastic Four, they showed a little bit more clips, not too much. They showed a little bit more of the Silver Surfer, female Silver Surfer, so you can cry about it all you want. It shows the Thing pulling on like some sort of chain with the the big oil tankers or whatever, because it was in trouble. You got people asking Reed Richards, are we going to be okay? Galactus is coming. The Herald comes, and she says, basically, your world's doomed. He's coming, which is pretty cool. You find out that Sue Storm is pregnant with her kid, with Franklin. So I don't know if that's at the beginning and whatever, the end. We don't know. But little clips like here and there. Looks good. I just hope it's not going to be too cheesy. Like, meaning they're going to try so hard to make it feel like a certain way, like the Jetsons, that it looks like this. And then, I don't know, are they going to stay there and then they're going to get pulled over? I think for the most part, they're going to be there for like almost 3/4 of the film, and then the very, very last little bit, they'll somehow escape and get pulled out to the real MCU, and it's going to be kind of like a Captain America thing, like, whoa, what the hell is this kind of thing. That's what I think personally. They haven't showed pictures of Galactus, only behind the, behind his head and stuff, but excited for it. Not as excited as I am for the Thunderbolts, my personal opinion. Just like a couple of the characters better. Fantastic Four, great. I was never a big, huge comic fan of the Fantastic Four, even though when they did the Reborn series, when you had Image guys come back and kind of retell the stories, I kind of got aboard a little bit with it, but they were never my thing. I was more of a Spider-Man, X-Men kind of guy or fan when I involved the MC or the Marvel comic books and all that stuff. So that's it. So now let's get into what I like to call the finale portion of the main topic. Warner Brother Pictures, okay? There was two that you have to really... One was Formula One. I'm not a huge race car guy. I can tell you that 100%. It's the new one starring Brad Pitt. Apparently they showed amazing footage of him getting into the car and racing and all this stuff. And what they showed was mind-blowing. The sounds, the directions. I think Jerry Bruckheimer might be involved in this too. What they saw was phenomenal. Like, every element, from his character to getting into the cars to why he's coming back. Like, they showed just enough to get you excited if you weren't excited for it. And me, I'm not a big car guy in that sense that, oh my God, I'm not a motorhead, but or a Formula One. No way, no chance in hell. But from what people were saying, that not only is this going to do good here, it's going to domestically, it's going to do good worldwide because it's bigger worldwide. Everybody loves Le Mans racing and F1 and all that stuff. Me, I could care less. But once I heard Brad Pitt and I saw that little teaser trailer earlier, I'm like, okay, you got my attention now. So I went to check it out. And like I said, from what they were describing to me, they were even more excited than what they saw in the trailer. You get a lot more, and they lost their minds. And when I hear that, it gets me excited. So my expectation levels were here, a little slightly higher. I just hope it's going to be good, and it's not going to be like, great, they're racing, and everything else sucked. That's all I am asking. And then the main reason, Superman. We're supposed to get originally, because, everybody said in front of the Minecraft movie, we're going to be getting an extra they're going to show the first 5 minutes of the movie and film. Okay? And what they delivered there, from what they kind of released that I saw just a few seconds ago before I even did this podcast, was a little extra scene with Crypto showing up. When he whistles, he falls and hits the ground or whatever in the middle of nowhere in the Arctic, feels like, North Pole. He calls Crypto, and Crypto comes, and you can see him actually coming this time. It's not just a mist of cloud, and he gets there, and he just tugs on his cape and goes. No, he gets there, and he does what a typical dog does. Kind of like jumps on him, wants to play with him, whatever, and he's like in pain and whatever. And then he ends up giving him his cape, and he gets dragged to where he needs to go. I'm thinking home is Kansas. No. It's the Fortress of Solitude. And I'm telling you guys right now, mind-blowing from what I saw. The way the Fortress of Solitude comes through the ground, that you can actually see it forming through under the water or whatever the hell they are, come up, and then it kind of comes up, and it has the Superman logo without the logo there. You can see where it's going to pop up. Crypto gets to the door. I'm like, great. How the hell is he going to open this damn thing? He ends up barking, so it does voice recognition on an animal. The symbol comes up. It opens up. He gets dragged in. And then what we see? The robots. You know that damaged robot that we saw in the trailer? We see not one. It looked like 4 or 5 of them. But according to their numbers on their tags there's 12 of them. So we get a little kind of like, okay, cheesy scene that the robots come here. They grab them from Crypto. They put him on a stretcher. And that's what you see in the thumbnail. They drag him towards where they need to work on him, because apparently he has a couple of broken ribs and all that stuff. He gets introduced to a new robot, number 12, and she's kind of like, oh, he spoke to me. Kind of like James Gunn humor. So they end up going, and Alan Tudyk is one of the characters. So he takes him in there. They put him in a chair. They get a couple of magnifying glasses because they open the roof because Superman heals because it's sun. And they end up magnifying the energy from the sun to go through these magnifying glasses to hit him and to kind of heal him. And that's where it kind of like heals him. He ends up screaming. And that's when it gets into the trailer that we normally got. So I'm thinking, I was expecting more footage, for God's sakes. But no, we just got exactly what we saw in the trailer, with just a little bit extended scene at the beginning. And I'm telling you, my thoughts, I'm excited for it. I'm a little bit more excited than I was before at the beginning of the year, thinking, okay, it's another Superman movie. I don't know. Like, Henry Cavill's my guy. But he looks okay. We didn't get too much, different pictures of him in the suit. How is it going to look? Is it going to look cheesy? All that fun stuff. It's what we got, I know there's been a lot of plot leaks and stuff like that, which I don't even read, because you know what? If you want to go in blind and not know anything, you don't want to get spoiled, that's what you do, right? But it looked okay. It looked interesting. I was a little bit let down because I was expecting more, and I think a lot of people who were there were expecting more, that they would see a little bit more. The cast did show up, Lex Luthor, Lois, and of course Superman. They end up showing there in the panel with James Gunn, and they end up talking about it, and they're excited to see. It's only a couple of months away, guys. 3-4 months, man. 3 months actually, because July, right? July 11th. I just wanted to be good. Pleasant surprised. It's different than what we got. It's a little bit more lighthearted, funny, could be serious at times because James Gunn's movies. We've seen how he was in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course the Suicide Squad. If it brings elements like that to this, I can see where it's gonna land. So my expectation is, expect it to be a James Gunn film, but with Superman in it. That's the way I look at it. So there you go, guys. That was the coverage or the news that I felt compelled to bring your way, so you guys can know when what to check out, pretty much. Or I did it for you guys. You can go there and go in the comment section and tell me other topics that I didn't cover, guys. Trust me, there's a whole bunch of movies that I could care less, but I was okay, with what I saw. Not the greatest, I guess, presentation overall, according to a lot of people, but enough to get you excited about some movies that maybe you weren't going to see yourselves. But there you go. That's my official CinemaCon 2025 coverage / news update, if you want to call it that, your way. I hope you guys liked it. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out our other review videos that I've been posting, unboxing videos. You guys know it, the drill. Yes, I was planning, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, to do like a weekly movie throne thing, Monday to Thursday and Saturday, but my voice and a whole bunch of other stuff that I've been dealing with doesn't allow me to permit. Eventually, I'm going to try to, but I got to solve a whole bunch of things because I can only talk so much and I can only breathe so much without, causing a coughing storm, let's just say that. But either way, I'm surprised I last through this. I'm a little short-winded right now, but King is okay. He's strong enough to rule on top of this throne and to bring you podcast episodes and, of course, other videos on our YouTube channel. So until the next time, from myself and the Admiral, be the hell good. Stay off the King's throne. And I'll see you guys where? Right here on YouTube land. Take it easy. See you later, guys.